Well, good evening, race fans. We are live here at the racing capital of the world. We are in Indianapolis, Indiana, at Circle City Raceway for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. Our first ever appearance here at the Donna and Eddie Van Meter promoted facilities. You get a look at downtown Indianapolis on a warm Friday evening here. $15,000 on the line at Circle City tonight. The richest race in the history of this racetrack that opened in 2021, whether it be sprint car or late model. We are proud to be here tonight. I'm James Essex, joined by fellow Hall of Famer Brad Greer, the former voice of the Florence Speedway here tonight. He'll be doing our pit reporting. We'll be doing heat race winners and also the top three in the Big River Steel podium, whoever that will be later on tonight of that 50-lap A main. All right, we're going to do coming up first, we'll have Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Then we'll have All-Star Performance Qualifying. We have an added bonus here tonight. $500 to the overall fast qualifier, courtesy of Customs, Generations Customs Auto in Franklin, Indiana. Scott and Michelle Graham, $500 to that, the overall fast qualifier. There'll be 3 races tonight. There'll be 8 laps apiece. There'll be 1 B main. It'll be 10 laps. And again, tonight's 50-lap A main, $15,000 to win. The inaugural event with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the top national touring series in all of dirt late model racing, is here tonight at Circle City as the crowd continues to file in here on a Friday night at the Marion County Fairgrounds. We are at the Marion County Fairgrounds, just off the I-465-74 interchange, just to the southeast of Indianapolis. And again, this track started being built in October of 2020, actually opened in 2021. It's a quarter-mile bull ring, semi-bank clay oval. And again, we are near Lucas Oil headquarters, of course, close by in Indianapolis. 3 groups of hot laps coming up here shortly for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And I'm joined tonight by a legendary voice in dirt late model racing. He's been retired for a couple of years, but we bring him out of the mothballs here tonight. The former voice of the Florence Speedway and fellow National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, Mr. Brad Greer. Brad, welcome to the racing capital of the world, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Well, James, thank you very much. I'll tell you, it is a great night of first time I've ever been to this racetrack, first time that I've ever gotten to work with FloRacing, first time you guys have been here. In fact, it's going to be a lot of firsts tonight. In fact, there's only a couple of late model guys back in those pits that actually have notched a victory at this track. Ricky Thornton Jr., Josh Rice, and I think that's about it. So it's going to be a big night of firsts. When that green flag gets in the air, that's going to be elbows up. There's going to be no time to rest on this quarter mile. These guys are going to be going after it here tonight. Back up to you, James.
All right, Brad, thank you very much. As you see, Tori Stiles, the voice of Circle City. We got the buses over here. What do you do with the buses? Don't you have bus races or bus demo derbies, or what do you have here?
Well, see, the recent budget cuts really hit hard at schools. And in order to help things out,
yes.
We decided to do our part to help out. During the week, they transport the kids back and forth, the more unruly ones. And on weekends, we race them here at Circle City Raceway a couple times a year. Always have a bit of fun with it. Sometimes we might even do another figure 8 with them. You never know.
Right.
But we'll do the roundy round, give rides, whatever it takes to get the job done out there.
Okay, very good. Appreciate it. Hey, don't forget, fans, merchandise available. We have Flow merch, of course, on sale here. Scan the QR code. Go to shopflowsports.com and get hoodies, T-shirts, all new merchandise. Fuel your passion for racing with FloRacing merchandise. Again, scan the QR code there. Or, for those here at the track, go online at shopflowsports.com. Don't forget Mark of Valor. They are here tonight. They are the official merchandise vendor of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We have Lucas Oil Racewear. We have hoodies, T-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, all sizes and colors here tonight. That's Mark of Valor. And be sure to visit all the drivers as well and pick up some merch from them here tonight. We'll be back. You're watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series from Circle City Raceway in Indianapolis, presented by FloRacing. We'll be back with Dirt Draft Hot Laps coming up next. Welcome back to Circle City Raceway here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. Group number 1 in the staging area. 27 cars entered here tonight. Spencer Hughes had some difficulty with his hauler. We'll see if he can make it here tonight or not. He is in the points right now, 12th in the Lucas Oil Championship points. So we do know he may be running a little late. Right now, 69 degrees, winds out of the west at 14 miles an hour, overcast sky. So far, of Dodge raindrops. We hope to bring that way as it kind of gets to 465 and it kind of splits. So just like the 465 split, right, Tori? All right. Well, how about Jack Dawsey III making his super late model debut tonight? Of course, many laps here in a modified and a crate. Of course, very good over at the Speedrome. Speaking of Speedrome, how about Jeffrey Shackelford over there in the Outlaw stock cars? Always seems like he wins there. He's in a dirt late model here tonight at Circle City. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tiffany. I'm sorry. Well, first off, the bad news. Florence Speedway tomorrow night has been canceled because of the rain, and it's rained every day there this week. It's going to rain there in a little bit, and it's going to rain most of the day tomorrow. So the 39th annual Ralph Latham Memorial unfortunately canceled for tomorrow at Florence Speedway. Yes, it is official. It was on the Florence Speedway Facebook page as well. So tough there because Ralph Latham, of course, obviously a great friend of the Latham family and all that. And we hate to do that, but the weather is just not good tomorrow. So it's not been good all week there, as a matter of fact, anyway. But next week, we will kick off the Illinois Speed Week. We'll end it with Farmer City Raceway, the Farmer City 74 at Farmer City, Illinois. That'll be next Friday, May the 9th. May the 10th will be at Fairbury, the Fall Spring Shootout, Eagle Raceway, the Malvern Bank High Bank Heist, and Lucas Oil Speedway, the richest Show Me 100 ever, $75,000 to win. And that will conclude the Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheatland. Many thanks to Sunoco Race Fuels putting up $16,000 eligible for the top 15 in the point standings. Then to Roger Sellers, who's here tonight. He is Smoky Mountain Speedway in Maryville, Tennessee. The Firecracker 100, the Thompson Family, Lernerville Speedway in Sarver, PA. That'll be June the 19th to the 21st at Atomic Speedway, Chillicothe, Ohio, July 4th. Muskingum County Speedway, July 5th, July 10th, 34 Raceway. For our complete schedule, go to lucasdirt.com. All right, the current Big River Steel Chase to the Championship presented by Automotive Racing Products after last weekend, winning 2 out of 3, 6 overall this year. The 20RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., the current points leader. Devin Moran second, Jonathan Davenport third, Garrett Alberson at an important 4th spot. 5th is Brandon Overton, 6th is Dalton Wilson, 7th is Hudson O'Neill. So there are the top 7 right now heading into Circle City here tonight. Thornton has won 6 times this year, Moran 5, and of course they had a great battle 1 week ago tonight in Georgetown, Delaware. Moran won by .077 seconds. And again, it is a dirt late model record, $250,000 to win the championship this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. Right now it is Daniel Hilsebeck sitting on top of that. That pays $20,000 to win. All 3 rookies eligible here tonight. And a lot of drivers have never raced here. Of course, Ricky Thornton Jr., he's raced here about 4 times. In fact, he won the C.J. Rayburn Tribute here last May at Circle City. A driver in the lineup chute who was leading that race and had contact from a lap car, cost him a possible victory. The big perm, Dalton Wilson, the new paint scheme on the 18D for Ratliff Racing. He is coming up here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Don't forget, new subscribers receive a free t-shirt. We'll give you some more information here in a little bit. Go to dirtdraft.com. You can either get a USAC Sprint Car shirt, a Lucas Oil shirt, High Limit shirt, all of that here on Dirt Draft. More on that. Up first will be the 317 car. He was last year's Northern All-Star Rookie of the Year. He's out of Richmond, Indiana. That is Blake Creech. Blake Creech in the BMF chassis out of Richmond, Indiana for the 317 car. Behind him, the 7R car in the Chad Stapleton Longhorn out of Bloomington, Indiana. That's K-Rob. That is Kent Robinson. Kent Robinson at his debut this year in the Lucas Oil Series. He was second to Devin Gilpin last Saturday night at Brownstown. Behind him, in his first full year in an open late model, the number 20, the O'Neill Salvage and Recycling entry. That is Tyler Neal. Tyler Neal out of Perrigan, Indiana. Behind them is the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader, the 20 RT in the Bobby and Jessica Kohler Longhorn. That is Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Chandler, Arizona. Behind them in the Hilsebeck Farms number 22 Capital car, currently leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He is out of Earlham, Iowa. That is Daniel Hilsebeck. Daniel Hilsebeck in 22. Also on the track in this first group, there's the Wilkerson Farms number 6 Longhorn. He hails out of Jupiter, Florida. He was second in last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. That is Clay Harris. Clay Harris in car number 6. In turn number 2, he has one career win in the Lucas Oil Series. He won that exciting race at Perrigan a few weeks ago, the number 12 in the Ratliff Racing entry out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. That is Jason Jameson. Jason Jameson in 12. Behind him, another driver. This driver here for the very first time in his career. Last year's Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series champion. Back full-time in the Lucas Oil Series this year. The Heartbeat Asa 76 out of Evans, Georgia. That is Brandon Overton. Brandon Overton at 76. And the Paler Motorsports, Tupac Grady Coleman Farms 93. Out of Lincoln, North Carolina, that is Carson Ferguson. Carson Ferguson in 93. Quarter-mile bull ring coming off of 3 tracks last week. There were big half miles. The quarter-mile bull ring at Circle City here tonight for the first time ever. Track looks good. A lot of rain this week, but it's in tip-top shape here tonight. And group number 1 in the books at 13.545, the quickest in that group. He's exiting turn 2 right now, the 76 out of Evans, Georgia, currently standing 5th in the points. That is Brandon Overton. Up next will be the Ratliff Racing 18D MGL out of sales. He comes to us out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The big perm, it's Dalton Wilson. Dalton Wilson at 18D behind him. Running for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, the H&H Auto Sales 79. Out of Dawsonville, Georgia, that is Donald McIntosh. Donald McIntosh at 79. In the JD3, making his super late model debut from right here in Indianapolis, Indiana, that is Jack Dossie III. Jack Dossie III in the JD3. The 58 car, he is currently 4th in the points. He is in the Roberts Racing Romer Machine Sunoco entry out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the middle of the back straightaway. That is Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson at 58, another one of those strong rookies. First full year in a super late model, a lot of experience in the crate. He is in the Jason Ayers Trucking P3 Capital. He is out of Martinsville, Indiana. That is Steve Peden. Steve Peden in the P3. Behind him, 3-time Lucas Oil champion, the 49 car, the Nutrient Solutions entry. First time here out of Blairsville, Georgia, it's Superman Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan Davenport at 49. And the 14 car, he comes to us out of Greenwood, Indiana. That in the Super Eat Solutions entry, that is Quentin White. Quentin White at 14. And the 28 car from right here in Indianapolis, Indiana, that is Jeffrey Shackelford. Shackelford in 28. Don't forget on Dirt Draft, you can, there's leagues now you can get involved in. Exclusive Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series League. You can start it at any time. Custom leaderboard, flexible buy-in options, exciting rewards. Go to dirtdraft.com, download the app. You get $100,000 in play money each and every night. Pick your top 5 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series A main, and you could be a winner. First timers get a free t-shirt. Tori, if it's free, it's for me. Here we go. Group 2 underway. All right, group number 2 in the books, a Dirt Draft High Laps. How about the 79 car? No, Bill Elliott is not the most famous guy from Dawsonville, Georgia. It's Donald McIntosh, 13-173 in the 79. Glad to have him on board this year. Last year's Spring and Southern Nationals champion for Ray Cook. Running with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series out of Dawsonville, Georgia. That car based in Mount Airy, North Carolina. The next group of cars on the track. We're going to bring out Group 1 again for their time here at Circle City. There's the 7R, Kent Robinson. The 20 of Tyler Neal. And again, there's the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr., the current points leader, sporting the Midwest Shibboleth Loin spoiler. Daniel Hilzebeck, the 22, the top rookie, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, pays $20,000 this year. He is out of Earlham, Iowa. There's the 12 of Racing, Jason Jamison, out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. There's Brandon Overton. He was quickest out there the first time in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. There's the 6 of Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida. Well, Brandon Overton, it doesn't matter if it's the first group, second time out. He lowers it down to 76 car fans. How about it? 12-7-3-5. 12-7-3-5 for Overton. Thornton 12-9-4-7, and then Jamison third. The track record, by the way, here was set last May by Dalton Wilson, 11-9-07. Up next, we'll bring the next group of cars back out. Again, these are Group 1 cars. There's the Paylor Motorsports. Coleman Farms, Live Oak Aesthetic Family Dentistry, Hoopaw Grading 93 at Carson Ferguson. Carson currently 10th in the points, 317, Blake Creech. And the BMF for Corey Hitchcock. Out of Richmond, Indiana, the Direct Solutions 49, Jonathan Davenport. The 14 car, Greenwood, Indiana's Quentin White. There's Jeffrey Shackelford back out in the 28 car. In first time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here this year. Shackelford of the Shackelford Used Cars Rocket. Dalton Wilson in 18D, Donald McIntosh back out again. So Brandon Overton's going to get a push back to the pit area here in 76. Boy, he had a tough time last week. Had to go to backup car on Sunday night. Had a good run at Port Royal, but fell out of the race at Hagerstown with a vibration. And he is right now being pushed back to the pit area right now, the fastest here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. By the way, it does pay money at our awards banquet later this year, thanks to Dirt Draft. We're ready to go. Group 1, we'll pick them up again. Carson Ferguson, 13-018-13-018. So the third and final group with that 58 car. Oh, excuse me, this will be Group 2 again. Back out. There's the Sunoco Race Fuels. Boy, he led 31 laps at Hagerstown last Saturday night. He had 2 podiums last week. Garrett Alberson, Las Cruces, New Mexico. There is Jack Dawsey III in his first run in an open late model. The 72 car of Barry, Kentucky is P.J. Simpson. The P3 is Steve Peden out of Martinsville, Indiana. Out of Martinsville, Indiana, the 71, the SSI Motorsports entry. That is Hudson O'Neal. Hudson O'Neal in 71. First time he has ever raced here at Circle City for Hudson O'Neal, the Wheeler Metals 71 car. Here in this next group of hot laps, we'll pack in the track. There's the blue and white number 1, the Valvoline 1. Last year's World of Outlaw Series champion, now contending for the Lucas Oil title this year. That is Brandon Shepard. Brandon Shepard, the Valvoline, Soybert Calf Ranches, Mark Richards Racing. Number 1, Rocket Durham for Brandon Shepard. Here we go. Should have one more group to go after this. So this next group of cars, the quickest in that group at 12.895. You see him in turn number 2, the 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana, Hudson O'Neal in 71. O'Neal comes into tonight's 7th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship points. One more group to go to be the 99 car. Second of the points, first time at Circle City out of Dresden, Ohio. It'll be Devin Moran. Devin Moran in 99, the 93. He's out of Hanover, PA. That is Corey Lawler. Behind him, the 5-time Brownstown track champion. He won the feature there last Saturday night. Out of Columbus, Indiana, Devin Gilpin. Devin Gilpin in the 1G, the 11 car. He comes to us out of North Vernon, Indiana, the Tail Feathers market entry. That is Tyler Collins. Tyler Collins at 11 out of North Vernon, Indiana. In turn 2, he's running for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He's in car 60, comes to us out of Lakeshore, Minnesota. That is Dan Ebert. Dan Ebert in car 60. And a driver that's won here before. In car 11, the Rick Jones Rocket out of Crittenden, Kentucky. That is Josh Rice. Josh Rice in 11. And the fastest in that group right there. He is in the Insultech for his grandfather, Don Fleetwood. Gator Brandon turning the wrenches, the 1G at 13, 111 out of Columbus, Indiana. Devin Gilpin in the 1G. Coming up next, we'll have All-Star Performance Time Trials. You're watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, presented by FloRacing. From the racing capital of the world, Indianapolis, Indiana. We are at Circle City Raceway. We'll be right back.
Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is back big for 2025 as the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP kicks off in January and concludes at the season finale at Eldora Speedway in October. Drivers will battle for over $1.3 million with $250,000 awarded to the series champion at Eldora Speedway. Don't miss the action all season.
Hey race fans, have you set your Dirt Draft lineup yet? Dirt Draft is the fantasy racing app you can download right on your phone. Pick a team of 5 drivers within your $100,000 salary cap, and the better they do, the better you do. You earn points to spend in the Dirt Draft Speed Shop for all kinds of cool stuff, from t-shirts and hats, race tickets and pit passes, or even a season pass to FloRacing. New subscribers even get a free Dirt Draft t-shirt. Download the Dirt Draft app now from the Apple app or Google Play Store.
We're the leader in race fuels. We've been doing this since in the 60s.
We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world. We also test every single batch that goes out the door on over 15 different parameters that ensure the tune-up will be identical.
That consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
We make the same stuff every time. We're pretty darn close to perfect.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by Automotive Racing Products, quality first and made in the USA. By Big River Steel, developing sustainable steel mills with the world's most advanced mini mill technology. And by Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive. James Essex, Brad Greer here at Circle City Raceway, the first ever appearance, the biggest race in the history of this racetrack. Will it be late model or sprint cars here tonight? And we're about ready to go. Coming up shortly, we'll have All-Star Performance Time Trials. FloRacing, of course, is your home not only for every Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race, but also the High Limit and each and every USAC Sprint Car, Midget, and Silver Crown show. Hopefully you got to watch High Limit last night. The Kubota High Limits from Texas, won by Brent Marks. And they will be in action again tomorrow night. So each and every High Limit USAC and Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series main event, all night, they are live here on FloRacing. We'd like to thank our official partners with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here in 2025, presented by FloRacing, including All-Star Performance, Automotive Racing Products, Big River Steel, Buzz Electric Bicycles, Dirt Draft, FloRacing, Keith Lawson Photography, Homatro, Hoosier Tire, Lucas Oil Products, Marca Valor Apparel, Miller Welders, My Race Pass, Nutrien Ag Solutions, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Race Car Engineering, Rugged Radios, Summit Racing Equipment, Sunoco Race Fuels, UNOH, the University of Northwestern Ohio, Wheelan and Veland Metal Services. Again, tickets are on sale for the Dirt Track World Championship at Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway, October 17th and 18th, EldoraSpeedway.com. Clay Harris up first in the 6th car. He'll be followed by the 93 out of Lincoln, North Carolina. That'll be Carson Ferguson. Clay Harris, he's in the Wilkerson Farms, Impact Electrical Services, Done Right Construction, National Fragile X Foundation, Boswell, United Cable Systems, 12 Kings Construction, that's a Longhorn Durham. Clay Harris up against the wall in 2. We got it corrected. Aesthetic Family Dentistry, Hoopaw Grading, Coleman Farms, Spock's Oil Company, Buddy's Automotive, Brad Ben Trucking, Baker Mitchell, Triple Electric, Boone HVAC, Solidify Concrete, Pro Fabrication 93. First lap-time pair is 14.082. Ferguson 13.082. 13082 for Carson Ferguson. Currently 10th in the point standing. Clay Harris lap 2. It's going to be quicker. 13.509, 13509. Lap 2 for Ferguson is 13.145. 13145. Up next to be the 7R, the veteran out of Bloomington, Indiana. That'll be Kent Robinson. K-Rob, he's in the chat. Stapleton Longhorn, Jay Dickens, JB Salvage. 31 Auto Group, Penske Shock 7R, followed by the 76. Out of Evans, Georgia, that is Brandon Overton. Brandon Overton of the Riggs Motorsports, Heartbeat Hot Sauce Factory Team. The Longhorn Clements, Garnto Southern Napa Auto Parts, Bill Stein, Roof USA, UNOH. Dude Wives, Mesilla Valley Transportation. Anthony Burrows, the crew chief on 76. Brandon Overton. Out of Evans, Georgia, Kent Robinson in Chad Stapleton's car. As Chad makes progress from his heart surgery, and he plans to be racing in 2026. Robinson, 13.562, 13.562. Overton, fast time, 12.930, 12.930 for Overton. K-Rob, lap 2. And Kent will pick it up, third quick, 13.393. And lap 2, it's quicker. Brandon Overton, fast time, 12.913 and 76. Up next, the driver leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, the 22 out of Earlham, Iowa. It's Daniel Hilzebeck. Daniel Hilzebeck. Tristan Vesterby, the crew chief on the Banning Chiropractic 22 Enterprises. Big Deal Car Care, Hilzebeck Farms. Finish Line Body and Paint, Adams. Snow Removal, Alley Auto Sales. That's a Capital Clements, followed by the 20. Rookie late model driver out of Perrigan, Indiana. That's Tyler Neal. Tyler Neal and his super late model. O'Neill Salvage and Recycling. M2 Designs, Luxury Air, iBox Ring, JC Fuel Systems, Woolly Car Mixes, and Tarpey Trucking. That's a Longhorn J. Dickens for the 20 of Tyler Neal out of Perrigan. Lap 1 for Hilzebeck, 13.377. Lap 1 for Tyler Neal, 13.684. Fifth at Perrigan to the Marvin O'Neill Memorial was Tyler Neal. Lap 2 for Hilzebeck is third quick at 13.234. Lap 2 for Tyler Neal is 13.524. It's quicker, 6th out of 6 cars. Up next, sporting the Midwest Juvenile Points leader spoiler, the 20 RT out of Chandler, Arizona. It's Ricky Thornton Jr. Followed by number 12 out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. It'll be Jason Jamison. Ricky Thornton Jr., he's in the Bobby and Jessica Kohler. That's the Hooker Trucking, Knights Companies, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Bill Stein, Sunoco EMD Wrap Certified Inspection, Longhorn Clemens, Jason Jamison, the Longhorn Corvette. In the 12, MGL Auto Sales, Grantley Farms, JRR Trucking, JRR Motor Sales, the Auto Outlet, Keller Contracting, again a Longhorn Cornet for Jamison. Thornton, first lap time, he got on the wall, 7th out of 7, 13.850. Jamison, 13.705. Jamison way up there in 2. Here comes lap 2. It's going to be for Thornton to go to second in this group. Well, the first 12.997, 12.997 for RTJ. Lap 2 for Jamison is 6th to 13.407, 13.407. So it's still Brandon Overton, 12.913. Up next to be the 317. He's out of Richmond, Indiana. That is Blake Creech. Blake Creech with the cake nozzles, all about asphalt, relentless diesel, Pardos Towing, RFC, Public Adjuster, Tucker Realty. That's a BMF Bullock. Followed by the 18, the Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Ratliff Racing, Longhorn Clements. It'll be Dalton Wilson, the current track record holder out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Problems on a 317. Up in smoke, Blake Creech. And we're going to have a Coleman Farms Racing caution here in qualifying. Dalton Wilson, the Grantley Farms, MG Auto Sales, the Auto Outlet, Innovative Community Solutions, Keltner Contracting, JRR Motor Sales, B&L Construction, Dean Bowen, the crew chief on the Longhorn Clemens, 18D. Dalton Wilson, Garrett Alberson, the 58 car. He comes to us out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. He is in the Low Voltage Solutions, the Sea Valley Transportation, the Sunoco, Bill Stein, Titan Racing Products, Dickey's Doghouse, Cheap Cars, Nutrinac, Bill Sports Shop, Dunright TV, Romer Machine, Longhorn Clements, Wilson, Dalton Wilson, Garrett Alberson. And Alberson third, 13.008, 13008. Dalton Wilson, 13.241. Lap 2 for both. Coming up, Big Perm. And it'll be 13.251, 13251. Alberson, 13.081. Right now, the top 4 are Overton, Thornton, Alberson, Ferguson, Hilzebeck. Up next will be the 79. He comes to us out of Dawsonville, Georgia. That is Donald McIntosh. Donald McIntosh, he is in the H&H Auto Sales, Coleman Farms Racing, Bilstein, Nobody Walks North Carolina, NC, Longhorn Clements for Billy Hicks Racing, followed by the P3 in his first full year in a super late model. Out of Martinsville, Indiana, it is Capital Mullins. It is Steve Peaton. Steve Peaton in the P3. Lower zone, U2 Designs, Royal Purple, Jason Ayers Trucking, Porter Pipe and Supply Company, Curtis Garage and Record Service, Ray Automotive, Commercial Air, sponsors T. Peaton in P3. Time to issue 12.913, Brandon Overton. Lap 1 for McIntosh, 13.488, 13.488. Lap number 1 for Pete is 13.439, veteran of the Crate Series. In his first full year in a super late model for Steve Pete. Lap 2 for McIntosh is going to be 13.455, 13.455. Here comes Pete. And Steve Pete, lap number 2 is 13.533, 13.533 for Steve Pete. Up next should be the 14 car. He comes to us at the Greenwood, Indiana. Is Casey White, Rocket J. Dickens. It'll be Quentin White. Quentin White, he's in the lead outdoor services. Indy Best Towing, Van Hawk Roofing and Restoration, Super 8 Solutions, Clap Mowing and Landscaping, JS Quality Masonry, followed by the JD3, rookie of the super late models out of Indianapolis, Indiana. It'll be Jack Dussey III. Jack Dussey III in a Longhorn Mechanical Motor. Everyday GSP. Into the wall hard in turn number 2, and that's going to bring out a Coleman Farms Racing caution for JD3, and the steering wheel is off. Up for the modifieds of the crates, J3 Services, Bennett Realty, Hart's Auto Center, Hannah's Record Service, Cook's Auto Parts, Jack Dussey III in his first open late model race into the wall in turn 2. You would like to thank Scott and Michelle Graham, Generations Auto and Collision in Franklin, Indiana. $500 to the overall fast qualifier here tonight. So Jack Dussey III. See what happened to the Indianapolis, Indiana driver. The third generation driver got in there hot, hard contact to the right rear of that Longhorn. His grandfather and father, both standouts over at the Indianapolis Speedrome, just a stone's throw away from, and he's dejected. He's been running a modified this year. He's had a crate in that car the last year or so, but they dropped in an open motor, but hard contact for JD3. So in his debut with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, he goes on a hook. Does Jack Dussey III. So right now it's Brandon Overton, the quickest so far at 12.913. Ricky Thornton Jr., Garrett Alberson, Carson Ferguson, Daniel Hazelbeck, Dalton Wilson, Kent Robinson, Jason Jamison, Steve Pete, and Donald McIntosh, your top 10. So again, Scott and Michelle Graham from Generations Auto and Collision. They're in Franklin, Indiana. Of course, Scott Graham, longtime late model racer over the years. And they're going to give $500 to the top finishing driver who hails from the state of Indiana, that's never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race. And there's a lot of drivers eligible for that. Now, Jason Jamison has won, and of course, Hudson O'Neill. They would not be eligible, but there are several other ones who would be from the state of Indiana. Thanks to Scott and Michelle Graham for that. Good to see our friend Dave Argabright in the house tonight. Just wanted to remind you that he is finishing up a book this summer, of course, on the legendary Steve Kinser. That will be available at some point. Sprint car fans, everybody's a fan of Steve Kinser, right? 20-time World of Outlaw champion, and that'll be available sometime this summer. Go to daveargabright.com. So Quentin White, the 14 car, out of Greenwood, Indiana, just south of Indy, on the clock. Now he's on the clock. Hey, I was used to those half miles last week. It took a day and a half to get around there, right? And then quickly around here, Quentin White on the clock. His dad, Casey White, also a racer. He's the car owner of that Rocket Chassis 14. And Casey White's son, Quentin, 13708, 13708. Hey, if you're from Indiana, you got to have a 14, right? Tony Stewart. AJ started it all. Here we go. Quentin White, lap number 13, 825, 13825. All right, that should bring up the 3-time. Well, no, it should bring up the 49 car. Yes, 3-time series champion. He is out of Blairsville, Georgia. That is Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan Davenport, the Double O Motorsports, Lance and Darla Landers. Nutrient Ag Solutions, Dynagrow Seed, ASC Warranty, Mark Martin, Autobody Mega Plumbing in the Carolinas. Corey Phosphate, Tyler Brad Cole, Barada the crew, that Longhorn Clements, followed by the 28 out of Indianapolis, Indiana. That is Jeffrey Shackelford. Jeffrey Shackelford of the Rocket Cento Racing Engines Entry. Shackelford to Used Cars, JS Masonry, 28. Standout over the Speedrome is Shackelford. Davenport, 5th, 13-188, 13188, Shackelford. And first lap time, 14-088, 14088 for Shacko. Lap 2 for Davenport. Davenport, 13-251. 13-251 remains 5th on lap 1. Shackelford, 13-858. It's quicker, but still 15th for the Indianapolis, Indiana driver, Jeffrey Shackelford. Up next will be the 72 car. He comes to us out of Barry, Kentucky. That is P.J. Simpson. P.J. Simpson at Longhorn Simpson. That is sponsored by Randy's Recycling, Paul Jones Trucking, Helene Electric, followed by the 1G out of Columbus, Indiana. That is Devin Gilpin. Devin Gilpin of the Don Fleetwood Rocket Clements, Gomez Trucking, Insultech, Wheelman by Dasco, Sassonto Roofing, Jack John's Portable Toilet and Rental and Septic, Blondie's Pizzeria, Dasco Racing Supply, TFS Performance, Tom Pickett Music Center, the 1G. 5-time Brownstown Speedway track champion Devin Gilpin. P.J. Simpson, 14-083, 14083. Gilpin, first lap of the 1G, last Saturday night's winner at Brownstown, 11th quick, 13-447, 13447 for the third generation racer, Devin Gilpin. Lap number 2 for Simpson is going to be 14-072. Gilpin trying to pick it up on lap 2, and he will stay 11th. At 13-597, 13597. Up next will be the 93 car. He comes to us out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. That'll be Corey Lawler. Corey Lawler in the PPZ Lubricants, Poncho's Racing Products, Creekside Auto Sales, Longhorn Pro Power. And Spencer Hughes has not arrived yet. It'll be the number 1 at New Berlin, Illinois. The Mark Richards Racing Rocket Durham. It'll be Brandon Shepard. And Spencer Hughes had hauler problems just north of Louisville. Valvoline, Sorbert Calf Ranches, Franklin Enterprises, Petro Towing, Gunners Honey, Sunoco Race Fuels, Ace Metalwork, Styles Marine and Maintenance, Rocket Trio Motors. Number 1 of Brandon Shepard in his return to the Lucas Oil 800 Series, 8th in the points. Lap number 1 for Lawler. Corey Lawler, good lap, 10th quick. Lawler, 13-418, 13418. Shepard, he's been here before. He was second in the World of Valley Race in 2021. That's going to be 6th to 13-196, 13196. Lawler the 9th. Corey Lawler the 9th at 13-363. Here comes B-Shep and Shepard lap 2. He'll go up 1 spot as well to 5th at 13-119. 13-119 for Brandon Shepard. Next will be the 71 car. His first time at Circle City. Out of Martinsville, Indiana, that'll be Hudson O'Neill. Hudson O'Neill at 71 in the SSI Motorsports, Todd and Vicki Burns. Big River Steel, Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding Company, Subsurface of Indiana, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Bill Stein, Bob Kettemates, Sunoco, Westside Tractor Sales, Dyna One Inc., O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Indiana USSSA, Fast Pit Softball, Bob and Tammy Burton, Jason Durham, the crew chief on 71. He will be followed by the 99, second in the points under Dresden, Ohio, to be Devin Moran. Devin Moran, the Roger Sellers, Devin Motorsports Entry. Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking, Bomac, Millwood Plumbing, Anthony's Pizza, Refuel Wellness, Red Oak Pub, PB's Worker Service, Cars for Rosado, McHugh Chrysler Dodge, Eibach Phillips CPE, Smoky Mountain Speedway, Holland Ascot 99. O'Neill, 6th, 13-186. Moran, 12th at 13-397. Hudson O'Neill, lap 2, his second quick time at 12-989. 12-989 for O'Neill, lap 2 for Moran. He'll go to 5th at 13-068, 13068. 3 more to go. It'll be the 60 running for Rally Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in Lakeshore, Minnesota, Dan Ebert. Dan Ebert of the Collins Brothers Towing, Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Woody's Racing, Christensen Group, Ames Oil, Fox Shockshaw Towing, Peterson Farms, that's a Rocket Durham, followed by the 11 out of Crittenden, Kentucky. That'll be Josh Rice. Josh Rice of the Rick Jones team. Senessus Construction. Air Max Heating and Cooling. Rice Excavating and Plumbing. Chain Locker. Impact Race Gear. Glenwood Electric. Sunoco Race Fuels. MC Tank. That's a Rocket J. Dickens for the 11 of Josh Rice. Ebert. Gotten better week after week. 13-5-1-6, 1-3-5-1-6. Rice, a former Rayburn Tribute winner here. 14th at 13-4-3-3, 1-3-4-3-3 for Rice. Ebert lap 2. Dan will go 13-5-08, remains 18th, 1-3-5-08. Rice trying to improve, and he stays 14th, 13-4-8-1, his first lap quickest. So we should have one more to go. It's going to be Tyler Collins. He is of the white and red, number 11, out of North Vernon, Indiana. The Capital Travis Kern, Super 8 Solutions, Tail Feather Farm Market, Valvoline, Jason's Construction, Blackwood Lawn and Landscaping. Car number 11 of Tyler Collins out in North Vernon, Indiana, the final qualifier of the night. He can get in that show. He'd be eligible for that $500 courtesy of Generations Auto and Collision out of Franklin, Indiana. Tyler Collins in 11. Final qualifier of the night. Tyler Collins, 18th at 13-4-9-5, 1-3-4-9-5 for Collins. Of course, the Collins family, former promoters at Brownstown, Twin Cities, Bloomington Speedway, lap number 2. And Tyler Collins will go to 12th at 13-3-9-2, 1-3-3-9-2 for Tyler Collins. So again, Spencer Hughes was en route. They broke down briefly just north of Louisville. You're in the Derby crowd down there, right, Tori? You're in the Derby crowd down there. So hopefully he'll make it here later on. He's unable to qualify here tonight. So your top 10, Dalton Wilson 10th, Daniel Hilsebeck 9th, Jonathan Davenport 8th, Brandon Shepard 7th, Carson Ferguson 6th, Devin Moran 5th, Garrett Alverson 4th, 3rd Ricky Thornton Jr., 2nd Hudson O'Neill, your winner, not your winner yet. He's not won yet this year, but he's off to a good start. He's going to get $500 bonus from Generations Auto. 12-9-1-3. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for the 76 out of Evans, Georgia, Brandon Overton. Present to that later on here tonight. The $500. We're going to keep the show moving.
Need a Superstock to the Shins qualifying, please. Superstock qualifying up next. Superstock qualifying up next. Coming on the regular series of the summertime here at Circle City Raceway. Jack Roberts at top of the points right now. And ready to go out and do some qualifying for these guys. Go to hot lap session and time trials coming up for our Superstock division. What is a Superstock? Well, the answer is, why, yes, that is a Superstock. Pretty much a wide open category for a lower, more economical level of racing. Give them some leeway there on bodies and the like, but still starting off with a standard chassis as much as possible. So, and we got a couple here on hand for you coming up. Superstocks up first to time trials and qualify, please. Superstocks to the chute.